Our quarterfinals begin with the Vikings facing the Scots. Next on Quiz Kids.
It's the Bay Area Quiz Kids. Brought to you by the San Mateo Credit Union. And now, the best host on the West Coast, Brad Friedman.
Hi, everybody. Thank you. Yes, indeed, we are starting the quarterfinals matches today, and we are starting with two great teams welcoming back the Mills High School Vikings. And please say hello to the Carlmont Scots. As you remember, gentlemen, we will begin with a three-for-all. I am sorry, it's a three-for-all. I'm looking at you. I'm excited to have you here. I will ask you a toss-up question worth 5 points. If you answer correctly for your team, you'll get the chance to earn 10 or 25 points. Here's the first toss-up. Let's get started right away. Like Paris, this French-speaking city is centered on an island. What major Canadian city along the St. Lawrence River, yes, Sanjay?
Quebec?
No. Is a namesake island with a mountain in the middle? Mills, do you know? You could talk it over.
Montreal.
Montreal. Montreal?
Say?
Montreal.
Yes. What Spanish archipelago off the northwest coast of Africa is named after the Latin for dogs and not after little yellow birds?
Canary Islands?
Correct. And what island, the third largest in the world and located southwest of the Philippines, is divided among Indonesia, Malaysia, and Brunei?
Borneo.
Borneo.
Borneo?
You earned 25 points. Next toss-up. Name these fundamental particles which have not yet been observed. If this... Christopher?
The Higgs boson?
No, I'm sorry, that's not correct. If this particle hypothesized by Pierre Curie were shown to exist, two of Maxwell's equations would have to be revised.
I don't know Maxwell's equations. Neutrino? Guess. Neutrino?
No, the magnetic monopole. For a tiny state, Delaware played an important part in the American Revolution. Which Delaware delegate to the Continental Congress made a hurried ride from his home to Philadelphia in Brandon?
Paul Revere?
No, in 1776 to cast a tie-breaking vote for independence?
I don't know the delegate. Sherman? I don't know. Guess the name. Sherman.
It was Caesar Rodney.
Never heard of him.
After a snake bit her, Orpheus went to the underworld in an attempt... Yes, Anurag.
Eurydice?
Yes. Hades agreed to let Orpheus have Eurydice, but Orpheus broke his part of the bargain and did what to lose her again?
He looked back?
Yes. Orpheus was torn into pieces by Maenads, devotees of what god?
What? The Furies?
No, gods.
Poseidon. Poseidon?
No, it was that wacky Dionysus. Her novels explore Victorian gender relations in such works as Emma and Mansfield Park. Yes, Anurag.
Austen?
Yes. Elizabeth Bennet and her four sisters are the central characters in this Austen novel.
Pride and Prejudice?
Right. And in this early Austen book, Catherine Morland's worldview is shaped by her excessive reading of Gothic fiction.
Sense. Sense and Sensibility?
No, it's the one that no one knows. Northanger Abbey. You got to be a real Austen fan for that one. In 1940, brothers Maurice and Richard opened a drive-in restaurant in San Bernardino, California. In 1955, they sold it to Ray Kroc. Yes, Benjamin?
McDonald's.
No, I'm sorry, I can't accept that according to this. Ray Kroc turned it into a national chain, and what was the brothers' last name?
McDonald.
McDonald, that's the answer. It says, do not accept McDonald's. Continuing, what was the name of Morgan Spurlock's 2004 documentary in which he ate nothing but McDonald's food for an entire month?
Supersize Me.
Correct. And in 1963, what Future Today show weatherman became the first to appear on TV as Ronald McDonald? It was Willard Scott, the Today Show. In 2002, he painted Gone, the last of over 240 portraits of his neighbor, Helga Testorf. Name this American artist of distant thunder who died in early 2009. Richard?
Turner?
No. You can steal. Talk it over.
No answer.
Andrew Wyeth. The Shelikof Gulf comprises the northeasternmost part of this body of water. Name this sea off the east coast of Russia. Anurag?
Bering?
No. You can steal.
Sea of Ostosk?
I will accept that. The Sea of Okhotsk is right. Lying east of the Sea of Okhotsk is which volcanic Russian peninsula?
Kamchatka?
Right. In the southwest part of the Sea of Okhotsk lies which long island opposite the mouth of the Amur River? That is the Sakhalin Island. Name this field of mathematics that tries to determine the best strategic decision in a situation. Christopher.
Game theory?
Correct. One problem studied in game theory is this one, where if one inmate stays silent and the other betrays the first inmate, the first spends 10 years in jail while the second is set free.
Prisoner's dilemma?
Correct. This other problem, named after the host of a game show, and not me, is an attempt to determine if one should change the initial pick of one door out of 3 after another door is revealed to not contain a prize. It is the Monty Hall problem from Let's Make a Deal. Mike, with his son Greg, Bobby, and Peter, joined with Carol and her daughters Marcia, Jan, and Cindy to form what 70s Sanjay?
Brady Bunch?
Right. Things were a bit kooky around this family, headed by Gomez and Morticia, attended by butler Lurch. Pugsley and Wednesday also had an odd Uncle Fester. What was their name?
The Addams Family?
Right. And including Theo, Vanessa, and Rudy, what was the name of the family on The Cosby Show?
Huxtable?
It was the Huxtables. That's 25 points. And we will be right back after these messages. Don't go away.
Since 1952, San Mateo Credit Union has been proud to help San Mateo County members and their families achieve their financial dreams. Our deep commitment to the community we serve includes offering a wide variety of financial education programs, like financial literacy workshops for youth, adults, and seniors, seminars about raising money-smart kids, identity theft prevention, and many more. For more information about San Mateo Credit Union, visit us at www.smcu.org.
Hey, need some video work done? We can do that. We do all that video stuff. We can even put your video on that internet thingy. At Peninsula TV, we do full-blown in-studio production, talk shows, performances, speeches, anything. Remote multi-camera production, on location, at your event. And for the budget-minded, single camcorder production in high definition. We'll take your video project from first idea to finished product. For more info, contact Peninsula TV.
And now it's time to meet the Quiz Kids. Once again, here's Brad.
Welcome back. After a long and thoughtful conversation and Big Macs all around, we've decided to drop the McDonald's question from our game, which leaves us with a tie score for both teams, 45-45, as we go into our interviews in second round. And let's meet the Mills team. And starting with Richard Zhang. Richard, 17 years old, and you're working toward your driver's permit. So a little bit of a delay here. What's happened?
I was busy. It wasn't super important for me, but now I'm gonna get it soon.
Are you from Earth, Richard?
Yes.
It's not important. Well, you know what? I was with you. I didn't drive till I was 30, so there, you know. Do it on your own terms. Anurag Dulapalli, you're part of a group called Sustainable San Mateo. What is that?
Right, so we have student volunteers who contribute to an annual report on how the county's doing. I helped contribute to an article on education in California and the San Mateo County, and we're doing pretty well.
They're saying that it's your generation that's going to make us more aware of how to keep this planet green. So good for you. Good work. Benjamin Benson, welcome to Quiz Kids. First time you've played on TV, right?
Yeah.
And you're a member of Team Run. And you
No, it's a Teen Run.
Teen Run.
It's a Teen Run Foundation.
That's
not the name.
Okay, but you got to keep the television going there, Benjamin. So what do they do?
No, it's a Teen Run charitable foundation. I'm on the board of that. We're raising money for to support programs that help children that are at risk.
And you've raised over $50,000.
Yes.
Good for you.
We help them get education and vocational programs and the tools they need to sustain that.
Good work and keep up the good run team. Yeah. Right now I'm going to give you a chance to earn points and get ahead of the game. We have 3 categories, 7 questions in each category. Give me the answer to all 7 questions. I'll throw in a 30-point bonus. Today's categories are barbershop, have you for dinner, and what's new?
The second or third.
What's new?
What's new?
What's new?
What's new? Every answer will contain the word new. Here's your first one. This city is nicknamed the Big Easy and is famed for its French Quarter.
New Orleans?
Right. It's the name for the economic programs instituted by FDR during the Great Depression.
New Deal?
Correct. It's book number 2 in the Stephanie Meyer Twilight series.
New moon.
New Moon?
You knew that awfully quickly, Benjamin. It was the late 20th century spiritual movement involving healing crystals, incense, and metaphysics.
New Awakening? I don't know.
It's
New Awakening.
New Age. It's what tech support calls a person who is just learning to use a computer, like me.
Newbie?
Right. Its airport code is EWR, and it serves the metropolitan New York City region.
New York City.
It's Newark, New Jersey. And finally, it's awarded for the most distinguished contribution to American literature for children.
Newberry.
You got 50 points correct. I think that makes 95 points. Congratulations. And we will turn to Carlmont and say hello to Christopher May. Christopher, give us the latest update on robotics.
So we're actually going to St. Louis on Wednesday for the national championships.
This is great.
Yes, it is. It's pretty
That's
cool.
wonderful. Congratulations. You should be very proud.
Yeah.
How long will you be there?
We will be there Wednesday till Sunday night.
Well, have a great time in those arches and all that cool stuff. And I hope you got your robot wins. Brandon Whiteley, you went to Thailand over spring break?
Yes.
And you had some fun.
Yeah, my family and I, we rode an elephant while we were there.
All of you on one elephant, or each of you got an
Oh,
elephant?
we all rode on one elephant. They're huge.
Uh-huh.
We were all sitting on its head and it had no problem.
Okay. There's nothing more that can be said to top that, Brandon. So, congratulations. Or, I don't know how that goes. Sanjay Srinivas, you just recently celebrated the Indian Festival to welcome spring, right?
Yeah, it's
We're all having spring fever. How did you do that?
It's the festival. It's called Holi, and basically a lot of people just congregate in a large field and they throw like vegetable dye at each other, so people end up very colorful at the end of it.
What a thoughtful and interesting festival. I've never heard of that. That's wonderful. A kind of a rainbow celebration of the spring. Well, happy spring, happy Holi to you. I'll give you guys a chance to earn some points. You have 2 categories to choose from, barbershop or have you for dinner?
Barbershop.
Barbershop. All of these are barbers or have to do with barbers or barbering. In the Rossini opera, Don Giovanni is this title character.
The Barber of Seville.
Right. It's an a cappella style featuring a quartet of usually male singers.
Barbershop Quartet.
Right. A barber revealed that this mythological king of Phrygia has donkey ears.
King Midas.
Right. He's the demon barber of Fleet Street.
Sweeney Todd.
That is right. Johnny Depp played this title character and barber in a Tim Burton movie that is not Sweeney Todd.
Edward Scissorhands.
Good, because they didn't remember over in the judge's corner that he did that too. This outgoing governor of Mississippi was recently caught up in a pardon scandal.
Haley Barber.
Right. And finally, he wrote the popular Adagio for Strings. With Samuel Barber. But you got 60 points, you have 105. Take a slight lead and we'll be right back. Don't go away.
And now we're back with the second half of Quiz Kids. Take it away, Brad.
We'd like to give a big hand to the coaches for both our teams. First from Mills, Mr. Grant Paul. And from Carlmont, Miss Patricia Bronstein. And normally, it looks like I'm totally independent, but I actually have a team of coaches. They consult with me on my poise, my intelligence, and my beauty. It is the Woodside Girl Scouts. Welcome. And they're very helpful. In this next 3 for all. We are going to bring the point value up. Your toss-up will be worth 10. You can earn up to 25 or even 50 points if you answer 3 questions correctly. Good luck. Close game, you guys. Here's your next toss-up. Name this class of organic acids with the general formula RCOOH. Anurag.
Carbonyl groups?
No, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. You can steal.
Carboxylic acids?
You're right. This 4-carbon acid gives rancid butter and body odor. They're rather unpleasant odors. It's butanoic acid. And my coaches said to go, ew. Thank you. I hope I did that well. The next one. The Hastings cutoff was an attempt to shorten the overland travel time to the West Coast. The cutoff went south of this body of water in present-day northern Utah. We are blocked here. I'm going to... Christopher?
Salt Lake.
I'm throwing it out. I'm going on to the next one. I'm sorry, Christopher. We're set? One philosopher's 1873 autobiography discusses his early education, including learning to read ancient Greek at the age of 3. Name that utilitarian whose other books include On Liberty. John Stuart Mill. Baseball features a number of crosstown rivalries. Which crosstown rivals met in the 1989 World Series? Sanjay.
The Giants and A's.
That's correct. The earthquake that interrupted the '89 series was named for which mountain whose name means dark hill?
Loma Prieta.
And finally, which city's crosstown rivals last met in a World Series in 1906?
Boston.
No, the Chicago Cubs and White Sox. The Karakum Canal crosses a namesake desert to bring water from the Amu Darya River to cotton farms around this country's capital. Name this Central Asian country lying directly north of Iran. Yes, Brandon?
Kyrgyzstan?
No, I'm sorry. You can steal.
Uzbekistan?
No, it's Turkmenistan. A composer wrote 2 quintets, one for strings only and one for piano and string quartet. Name this Viennese composer better known for his hundreds of songs and his unfinished symphony. Yes, Sanjay.
Schubert.
Right. Yo-Yo Ma could tell you that Schubert's string quintet adds an extra one of what instrument?
Cello.
Right. Schubert's piano quintet in A major is often named after what oily fish? The trout. He blinded himself after he discovered the awful truth. He was both Richard.
Oedipus.
What physical deformity does his name Oedipus refer to?
Swollen foot?
Yes, correct. What blind Theban seer tried to warn Oedipus, but the king refused to listen?
Tiresias?
You got 50 points. Congratulations. What is the trigonometric function whose multiplicative inverse is the cosecant? Christopher.
Sine.
Sine waves are smooth, repetitive oscillations. What kind of wave increases linearly upward and then sharply drops?
Tangent?
No, sawtooth. Czechoslovakia made several attempts to liberalize during the Soviet occupation. Alexander Dubček led this. Yes, Anurag.
Prague Spring?
Right. President Gustav Husak resigned and ended communist rule in this peaceful December 1989 revolution that led to a democratic Czechoslovakia.
Decembrist Revolution?
No, it was the Velvet Revolution. That is the end of this round. We'll give you the score when we return. Don't go away.
Tournament champions will win an all-expenses-paid trip to Europe, courtesy of ACIS.
We're back. The score, Carlmont 175, Mills 155. In our final round, I'll put 3 minutes on the clock. The questions are worth 30 points. Good luck to both teams. The clock will start when I read the first question. George Whitefield was active in which 1720? Yes, Anurag.
Great Awakening.
Yes. The Code of Hammurabi was first written in what script from ancient? Yes, Anurag.
Cuneiform?
Yes. Members of genus Caviar they are native to the Andes, where it is estimated that Peruvians eat 65 million of them each year. What are these rodents widely kept as pets? Benjamin.
Chinchillas.
No. Pets in the United States whose name is a byword in English for being subject of experimentation.
Guinea pig?
Yes. A quote from the Satyricon begins what poem with sections titled A Game of Chess and The Burial of the Dead by T.S. Eliot? Richard.
The Wasteland.
Right. The Supreme Court addressed it in decisions such as Schenck and Brandenburg versus Ohio. The Free Exercise Clause and the Establishment Clause are found in which? Yes, Anurag.
First Amendment.
Yes. The K in CMYK color schemes is what color that names the sea between Ukraine and Turkey? Sorry, Sanjay, it's the Black Sea. Snakes with thermoreceptive organs typically contain sensors for it. Name this form of radiation that is longer. Yes, Richard.
Infrared.
Right. Emilio Gil, Francisco Madero, and Porfirio Diaz all held what position more recently held by Vicente Fox and Felipe Sanjay?
President of Mexico.
Right. Guatemala, the Cook Islands, Fiji, and China have been settings for which CBS reality series that debuted in 2000 and is hosted by Brandon?
Survivor.
Right. It often has a cutting word and a seasonal reference. What form of 17-syllable poetry originated in... Yes, Anurag.
Haiku.
Right. Armistice Day was the first name of which holiday that once commemorated the end? Anurag.
Veterans Day.
Right. The case of Kitzmiller versus Dover banned the teaching of science as what idea supported by Michael Behe, arguing... Yes, Anurag.
Evolution.
No. Arguing for an intelligence behind evolution.
Intelligent design.
Yes. Tom Sauk Mountain, which is found between Springfield and Cape Girardeau on the Ozark Plateau, is the highest peak of what show-me state? Sanjay.
Missouri.
Right. Ladybugs, Victory, Kicking and Screaming, She's the Man, and Bend It Like Beckham are all films about what sport played with the... Yes, Brandon.
Soccer.
Yes. April 1964 was the only time in history when the top 5 songs on Billboard's charts were all recorded by the same... Yes, Sanjay.
Beatles.
Right. Gilbert Blythe gives the hated nickname Carrots to which red-headed orphan who is raised by Marilla and Matthew Cuthbert on Prince Edward Island? Brandon.
Annie.
I have to get more.
Little Orphan Annie.
No, you can steal.
It was Pippi Longstockings.
No, it was Anne of Green Gables. Calomel and cinnabar are ores of this heavy metal with atomic number 80. Name the element whose atomic symbol is Hg. Anurag.
Mercury.
Right. Licinius was a less famous co-signer of what declaration issued 2 years after a similar one by... I'm sorry, that's the end of the game. And 395 for Mills. 385 for Carlmont. Mills is moving on. Congratulations. We'll see you all next week. Bye-bye.
Promotional consideration furnished by the Burlingame Scottish Rite, the Knights Templar, Model Compilers, the Bay Area Academic League. Some questions of Quiz Kids are provided by National Academic Quiz Tournaments.